Hello, my name is Christina Adkison, and I'd like to share with you my Excel project for my accounting course. I'm using Screencastify, which is a Chrome extension to record. Okay. For my project, I decided to create a board game distributor company called The Nerdery. What they do is they purchase the games from the publisher, store them in a warehouse, and then distribute them to the different game stores. So first I made my cover page to look more like a website than an Excel spreadsheet. And then I created macros attached to these buttons that take you to different places within the workbook. So let's start with the dashboard. The dashboard includes a pivot table with each of the game stores and their total current order. It also includes a table with their sales percentages to help the store owner see where they do their most business. So for example, the 30% shows specialties game stores is a big part of their orders. I also have a pivot table here that shows the different publishers that the Nerdery does business with and what the game stores each purchase from them. It also will expand to show each game and the amount purchased for each game. And then, of course, there are grand totals at the bottom for each. This macro will refresh all the data on this screen, and then there's a button that goes to the home page. Next is the invoice screen, where I've listed all the game stores, the publisher, each board game, the unit price, and the unit count. There's a formula that automatically calculates the unit price times the unit count to give the total cost. So the person entering it doesn't have to do that math in their head. Also at the bottom, of course, are the grand totals for the count and the grand total for the column of total cost. I put in 3 different slicers to help sort the information. One is, for example, the game store. Let's pick Lucky 7 Games. And it just counts for that store, and then it adjusts the totals for the count and the totals for the total costs as well. We can also do by publisher, like blue-orange, and it just lists for blue-orange. And then, of course, if we want to see how well a specific board game is selling, like Rising Sun, we would see, well, Rising Sun's not getting very many orders, even though it's an expensive game. Okay. I included a macro that goes back to the home page, but first I want to show you this macro that I researched called Add Invoice. Basically, what I do is it just adds a next row to this table. So I click, and then it pops up with this form with an option that I found with Excel that I really like. And so I can add in the new order, let's say from James Games. James Games. Publisher would be yellow. King of Tokyo. Their unit price is 20. Let's put an order for 20. And I don't even have to put in total cost because that's a formula. So I just click close and automatically we'll put it there. So that adds in a new line to our invoices. I'll go back to the home page. The order counts. It's just a table if someone wants to focus just on the actual units. For example, if they're putting an order together to ship, this would be very helpful for them. For example, if they want to give to Dragon's Place, they know they need to end up with exactly 115 boxes, board game boxes. They can also focus on publisher. So they make sure that the games from this publisher goes there. I like that it has this drop-down menu and the slicer. I think it helps delineate the information pretty nicely. Then it goes, we can take this macro button to go back to the home page. The inventory page lists every single board game, the quantity in stock, the inventory value, the reorder level, how many days it takes to reorder, and the quantity in the reorder. So what I did was I put a conditional formatting code that if the quantity of stock was equal in value that less than the reorder level, it would automatically say reorder in this column. I then put in further conditional formatting to say if it says reorder, then the whole entire row gets highlighted, and that's automatically done. So for example, if I change this King of Tokyo down to 5, it automatically does that formatting for me. One thing I really enjoyed was making a macro that took the information from here and put into its own list. So if I click Make Reorder List, it copies all the information that is highlighted here, but makes its own table to the side to help somebody copy and paste that to a reorder. And then, of course, we can total those too. So I will go back to the home page. And last but not least, show the calculate sales tax. So if someone's putting an order in, for example, let's go with swords and spaceships. If they put an order for $3,000, and then we make sure that our sales tax rate is correct, I put in a formula that automatically calculates the sales tax and then adds that to get us a total sale order. That, once again, takes us to the home page, and that's it for my presentation. Thank you for listening.